Hi, this is Mike Pettigrew, and today I want to talk about how your mind and your emotions create the events in your life. Is it really true? Does my mind and my thoughts and my emotions, do my thoughts, dominant thoughts and emotions, really create what happens to me? Well, a lot of scientists have noticed in very sensitive experiments over many years that sensitive experiments are influenced, in many cases, are influenced powerfully by the mind of the observer. That's incredible. Having a sensitive experiment being affected by the mind and emotions of the observer or the scientist conducting the experiment, that opens up a whole lot of possibilities of what we can create in our life. And there have been many studies into this phenomenon of mind and emotion affecting physical reality. And in the Far East, there's a concept that teaches us that our mind and our emotions, whatever we're transmitting out into the universe at any moment in our life, affects our universe, our surroundings in 3,000 different ways at every single moment. So if you're angry, it's obviously manifest in the color of your skin, your temperature, your facial expression, the way you carry yourself. But this theory says that it doesn't end there. You affect your environment in 3,000 different ways. And science is validating that we do this, that we do affect our environment. So how can you use this understanding in your own life? So I think if you look at the lives of people who've gone through a really rough time in their life, late in life, they can end up in one of two ways generally. If they've experienced lots of hardship, they can end up bitter, resentful, and really not particularly nice, or they can end up very kind, compassionate, and really caring and loving individuals. So this is what difficulty can do for us. It can make us go in one of two different directions. But when you perpetuate a mind of complaint and irritation and bitterness, you become more of the same. But if your difficulties, depending on how your attitude to those difficulties, if you allow yourself to use those difficulties and problems for your betterment, you can end up in a completely different way. So really, the repeated thoughts and emotions we carry become stronger or more ingrained the further we go into life. And if you observe how people are at the end of their lives, it's clear that it's a result of their dominant thoughts and their dominant emotions. Now, we all carry within us both positive and negative. A positive mind, a negative mind. We all are constantly assailed by this negative inner voice, the voice of our conditioning. We're not good enough. We don't have what it takes. There's no point in trying to achieve something because it's just impossible. Too difficult. Too much work involved. And we have to give up too much to achieve it. We have that negative voice, and we have a voice of our wisdom, which is quite quiet and gentle. But chances are most of us listen to this negative voice most of the time and are influenced to it by a huge extent. And if you look at the lives of people who have transformed society, they have gone through all sorts of hardship during their lives. That is almost a definite in every case. They have gone through huge trials and tribulations. But their ability to achieve remarkable changes in the world around them is completely dependent on their ability to overcome that negative inner voice. For instance, Mahatma Gandhi was a very shy man. And you might look at his shyness as being a negative voice that constantly tried to make him hide. And I experienced this myself in my teens and early 20s. I was incredibly shy, but I was very aware of how that was holding my life back. But Gandhi, even though he was a very shy man, he had this amazing vision. He had this amazing vision for helping large numbers of people. And if he had allowed that shyness to stop him, we wouldn't hear of his name today. So people who are aware of this negative inner voice and don't allow it to crush them, but are aware of it, but are bigger than it. That, in my understanding, is the hallmark of an extraordinary person as opposed to an ordinary person. An extraordinary person, an extraordinary human being, is someone who recognizes and overcomes this inner negativity all of the time. And this inner negativity never goes away, but we need to become stronger than it. So over the course of a lifetime, whichever of these minds we allow to dominate, negative or positive, will determine what we can achieve during our life and our contribution to society. So I invite you to really think about this, about your dominant thoughts and your dominant emotions, and how they have probably been responsible for most of the things that you've experienced up until this point. But in this is an amazing gift. You have the potential to change your dominant thoughts and your dominant emotions, and thereby have that reflected in your environment. When you change your dominant thoughts and your dominant emotions, you can create anything you want in your life. You can change your future. Nothing is predestined or preordained. You have the capability of transforming your inner life. And that will definitely be reflected by your outer life, your surroundings, and what you can achieve. So this, as I say, comes from science. Science is observing this. It comes from Eastern philosophy, and just looking out there into the world and observing people as they progress through life, ordinary people and extraordinary people. So if you want to learn how to become all you are capable of becoming, and as quickly as possible, and root out all that inner conditioning, all that negativity, and overcome it once and for all, and achieve your life's biggest dreams, please do please pick up a copy of my book. It's a bestseller on Amazon. It's the most powerful goal achievement system in the world. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I look forward to speaking with you again very soon.